What is the recommended cleaning for pens that have Iron Gall ink in them? I've heard vinegar. I have a lamy that had document ink in it, and even though I've flushed the nib, it's now really fussy. The converter has been dyed as well. Any advice would be awesome. It depends on the ink that's being used. Modern Iron Gall ink is really tame compared to like a true Iron Gall. You know, true Iron Gall ink made from like oak galls and all this stuff, those are actually pretty acidic and not particularly great for fountain pens. Actually, the true Iron Galls are too thick to even be used in fountain pens. They need to be used with dip pens. You're talking like the type of stuff that's on like, you know, 1,000-year-old documents and stuff like that. That's all stuff that's too thick to even use in a fountain pen. So modern formulations, if you're talking like, you know, the Rohrer and Klingner inks, and, you know, I think Organic Studio's got a couple, and there's some document inks from Diatramentis, but I don't think those are Iron Gall. I think that Mont Blanc, their blue black or whatever, is Iron Gall as well. None of those are really true Iron Gall. They just used some like Iron Gall type properties in them to give them permanence. The most Iron Gall one that I know in a fountain pen friendly form is Diamine Registrar's blue black. And that one, you know, is probably one of the more, I guess, aggressive ones. So I usually don't recommend that unless somebody really knows what they're getting into with Iron Gall. And I can't speak specifically about your lamy. You know, I would say you definitely would want to clean it. What I did some research, and I'm not a big, huge like Iron Gall fan. There's not that many Iron Gall inks out there, and with cellulose reactive inks like the Noodlers and other permanent inks and pigmented ink and stuff like that, the need for Iron Gall is not quite there as much anymore. You know, around the early 1900s is when modern formulations started to overtake Iron Gall, and Iron Gall just started to not be as critical anymore. But anyway, so I did some research on FPN and found that a lot of people are using Iron Gall. A vinegar solution is kind of the first go-to for cleaning it out. So going with like 1 part vinegar to 10 parts water, like the standard white vinegar, that's kind of what's recommended. And then beyond that, going to either like a bleach or an ammonia-based solution, something of a similar formula to that, like a pen flush type thing, would be the next step to do after the vinegar if it still needs to be cleaned out more.